Alright, hello everyone. So today is Friday. Now check out your swing days because Friday we've got swing days for gold, euro dollar, SP 500. Alright, so let's take a look at that. So we've got gold. Now remember, gold also had Monday, Tuesday, right? So we had a high on a Tuesday. Let's wrap this up. All right, so this is Tuesday. Tuesday, the market made the high. Monday, we went into Tuesday. Tuesday made a high. Wednesday did the sell-off into Thursday. And we've got Friday being a swing day, so we've got the opportunity to push down. Now, remember yesterday I said this zone was the daily PST level. And when we have a daily PST level, obviously that's important for us, as you know. And now we've got a breakout here. It's also a breakout on the PST. If the market comes slightly lower, again into 2,326 at an Astro hour, this zone will be a buy zone again. All right. So on the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly. On the weekly, we're still in a breakout mode, so we have to check this out. Once this week closes, we'll have a different setup. And that setup will be like this. Okay, so we'll probably will that be? No, that won't be. Okay, that won't change actually. So if we, why? Because the low of this was, yeah, this was lower than that one, so that won't be the case. Okay, so what we can have next week is this. All right, so if the market dips slightly lower, which it might next week, we can go up from the low and down from the highs. So that's how we need to kind of look into it. Obviously this is bullish. What we want to do on the daily is possibly next week, also on Monday, look for a swing. So today, if we have a low, this zone is okay to be buying. Okay, so yesterday it was okay to be buying. Today is also okay to be buying. All right, at those price levels down here, if we get there. Now if we break below this, just be careful. As you know, Friday is a tricky day. There's news coming out as well, and I don't normally work on Fridays, so the better hours are going to be 11:30, 1:35, 4:40, and once we get direction between 4:40 and 5:25, we should make a target of it by 10-11 p.m. Okay, so that's the zone. So it's a little tricky, but you can buy the lows. I think that's the better way to go with the daily PST level. Like I said, if it breaks the daily PST level and the low of yesterday and sticks around here before going up for a retracement, then you can sell the retracement. If it does a quick move like this, okay, you know, don't be too eager to be selling off. All right, so let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now euro dollar, remember yesterday Astro hours weekly pivot. This is like nice little setup here. If you sold that, you should be just fine, no problemo. Okay, so if you sold that, you should be okay. What you can do with this, remember yesterday I said we should dip into this zone, which is what we should be dipping into, okay, because the highs where the market sold off was a sell-off level. So now we're looking to come into this zone, coming into that 36.32, which should be 1.0730, 1.07 zone. Okay, so coming down a little bit more is the way to go. As you can see here as well on the weekly, that made a high and that made the sweep, and the market closed below that high in all cases. So it's still got a bit of a bearish tone to it. So yeah, at the Astro hours, if the market comes up, selling I think is the better option going into those levels. Now what you got to look out for, okay, is first of all this level here, 1.0807, because that's on the PST. 0807 is here, which I think will be the first support. All right. Also yesterday the market broke out of that zone, so this is an interesting area, but I'd still be bearish, especially if we start breaking down, because the daily PST's got room to come down. SP 500. Now with the SP 500 yesterday, if you sold the highs, you should have been okay. In any case, that was the Astro hours. So it's just all going nicely. And remember, we're sellers from the highs there, so no big deal there. All right. What we can do now, this is also looking like, we'll see in Dow Jones as well, maybe we'll have a broken neck. If the market pushes up, you can sell off again, but don't sell in these levels now, okay, because we're pretty much there. The only low part is 5,202, and I don't know if it'll get there or not. Okay, so this is still a target zone. If you sold the highs, you can follow through and manage the trade. That's not a problem. But if you want to sell the lows, just be a little careful. This was a target zone. This is what the market did today and yesterday. So not much else to do, because we're at this target zone here. And also today being a swing day for SP 500, we might just hit a low and the market might look for a reversal. Okay, so be mindful for that. The same thing goes for gold as well, and the euro dollar. All right. So yeah, no selling around here because it's already done. Okay. On the weekly, we may still push down. It's not a problem because those levels are quite high, as you can see. Also, if you've taken technical analysis from me, you can just do this as well. Okay, so that's your line there, and let's get rid of that. Right, so we still have room to come down. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now with the Dow Jones, as you know, we have that looking like an M shape. I'm not sure if the neckline is broken yet. We'll just check it out. So not yet, but we still have room to come down, as you can see. All right. Now on the daily, on the daily, we're at these price levels. So this is a bit tricky, as you can see, because the price targets are pretty much done. Okay, there's still a bit more room down here, but the market can still push up before selling down. So that's basically it. Not much to talk about here, as you can see. So I can actually get rid of that over there. So Friday, we still have a bit of room to go down, but seeing that these are already here, I'd be careful. If you're going to be a seller, just do it at the right hours. And if you're looking to buy, I'd wait. I wouldn't do anything today. It's just a little tricky. You don't want to be selling the lows either. I mean, it's got room to come down on the weekly, but it's also done the first PST, which is 38,018, I think. What's the low? The low it did was 38,019, so that's pretty much done there. So I'd be careful, so that you don't get, you don't keep shorting something that they might just buy. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. So give it a breather on Dow Jones. Now with NASDAQ, I guess same kind of thing. Yesterday 345, I think it was somewhere around there as well. So that was nice coming into there. All right, so not a big deal. Also, I think it was 7 odd, wasn't it, yesterday? 8:15. Yeah, 8:15. That's it. It's right here, and then from there the market targeting that zone. So that's looking also pretty good, pushing into that zone. Now on the Nasdaq, okay, so that's also a target zone. So we're in that zone now. Okay, so don't sell that zone. It's got more room to come down, that's for sure. Okay, but next week we can also be sellers if this closes down, because we should come into this zone again. All right, so if you still want to sell, do it if the market goes up. I mean, there's room to sell on that. It's just that I don't like to sell targets that, we were waiting for targets, they're done. So it's, no need to be selling the lows. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, as you know, what was it, Monday and Wednesday? We had swing days. That's your Wednesday, that's your Monday. So Monday market made the high of the week. Wednesday market made the low of the week. So that's Monday, Wednesday. The market kind of like lifting up. But remember, those high zones are not good levels to be buying. So these high levels, I said you could sell off at. This was one of those levels we marked in, as you can see. So this zone is not good for buying because they've been selling around here. So I'd sell the higher end of this range and not muck around with it too much. Today 60 to 62 is going to be resistance. That's 70,000 and 70 and 69,360. So those levels are going to be resistance levels if you want to sell off again at PST levels. These are for, selling the upper levels is okay, I think, to push further down into this zone. All right, just be mindful of these levels as they are targets if there's a breakout, and we could come all the way down if the market starts to flush down. All right, have a good weekend.